Okay, hello everybody. My name is Zen, and today we are going to be playing a game called Baby's First Heist. Players, if you want to introduce yourselves and your characters.
Hello, I am Frosty, and I am bringing plush monkey Chichi. Of many roguish, hasn't really gotten to do much roguing, but oh well.
Hi, I'm ghostygoo. I am playing the literal trash gremlin possum, Nicky. She is a warlock, but she hasn't been used in games very often because I have been a busy little bee.
Yeah, I know that feeling. And I will be playing Kay, also known as Chaos, and also pretty much everyone else, because DM, that's how it works. This will be fine. It always takes a little time to spin up. So yeah, the last game we were all in together was New Places, Familiar Faces, and it has been uh, a bit since then. And you two have come to visit the circus and to visit Kay again, I guess. I'm gonna be honest, I don't have a lot of notes for this pre-heist part, but there is no but. You guys are at the circus. What do you?
Uh,
Sorry,
I
animatronics have
think
eaten my brain.
okay.
Sorry, go for it.
I think Nikki's probably doing her customary check of the garbage cans for anything delicious.
Roll investigation. I think it depends on your definition of delicious. In that case, you find some loose papers.
Delicious. I'm just gonna crunch on them.
Chi-Chi, with all her roguish tenacity, is probably the one rocking up with the papers of, okay, I have the perfect place to get enough money for that lovely little gem we need for Kay. Nikki, why are you in the trash can?
I've gotta find deliciousness.
We can ask for tasty snacks while we're here.
I need enrichment.
Okay, you have fun with that.
Yeah.
It probably won't affect the place I'm saying we should probably go rob for this.
Mm,
Robbing is the ultimate enrichment.
Yep, and we're teaching a kid how to steal things. So, onwards to having to talk this over with Kay of I have floor plans. And I know this person is a terrible one because I've already robbed him like thrice.
Excellent, excellent. Do you want to roll perception or investigation to see how long it takes you to find Kay?
Go for perception.
Yeah, 16 is good. It probably only takes the time it takes you to like walk over to the staff tent and poke your head in. And Kay is there, sort of lying down on the ground and fiddling with some metal bits. And she looks up when Chichi comes into the tent, and I'm assuming Nicky is with her, or is Nicky still in the trash?
Nikki's following with like the big ball crumpled newspaper in her mouth, still going ah.
Oh my god. Nicky. Yeah, so Kay looks up when you two come to the staff tent and is like, Chichi, Nicky, it's good to see you. And she gets up and comes over to go talk to you.
Hello again, Kay. I have worked out a fun little activity, and we can actually get you familiar with it.
Oh? Kay looks very excited at that, and she's like, what kind of activity did you come up with?
Oh, just some minor theft of a person who earns it. It'll be fine. I've already robbed them a few times before. Their security is horrendous.
Is it, Kay turns to Nicky, I think, and is like, is this, like, stealing from the clothing store instead of the craft store, like you said?
Yes. This is exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah. This isn't a person who owns the clothing store, but it's still a terrible person, so I have no qualms.
In which case, Kay sort of nods. You two are two of the important adults in your life, so if you think it's fine, it's fine.
I realized Chichi counted as an adult.
You're older than Kay, so
Yeah.
good enough. Kay is like just barely 1 year old now.
Jeez. I forget she's so young.
And I have posted in the maps chat the blueprints which Chichi has been able to procure for the house that they're going to be robbing.
Yeah.
So, whatever you want to do with those. The grid, each square of the grid is 5 feet square because this is D&D. Just for convenience. Once I had a grid, I'm like, each of these is 5 feet because now it's a map that we can use for things.
Yeah. Lazy moments.
It's also the title card because I was not drawing both a map and a title card. Even more lazy. Yeah, so anything you want to do looking over the map or any other preparations you want to make pre-robbery?
Yeah, she'll be going over the map. It's like, and that's the front door, but we kind of don't really want to do the front door because that's where it's very obvious and seen from the street. The music room is a terrible option. I fell on a drum kit. It was very, very loud, and it was a good thing it was out for his holiday home in... I don't even remember the place he went to. All I know is no one was home, so no one really noticed the cacophony.
I think
maybe we could go in through the guest room. I mean, that's probably one of the least likely places for someone to be.
Oh,
that's the second floor.
Yeah, I forgot to label. On the left is the second floor, on the right is the first floor.
Yeah, it would be easy to go in through the guest room, but did we bring a ladder? We can get a ladder, admittedly.
True.
I've run through the top floor before, but I tend not to bother because there are some fancy things there, but the game room usually has enough things worth resale value.
That is also true. The first floor also has the kitchen.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does, and I don't know if this person is subscribed to the ideology of only ever ordering food to make meals when they need it. They're rich enough for that.
Sorry, I think Kay is mostly listening because she's never done this before, but you two seem to know what you're talking about.
Do we want to steal all of his light bulbs?
I think there's a giant fancy chandelier of like 50 of them. Maybe not.
I'm just thinking, how petty do we want to get with this?
I mean, this is more for the getting enough gold to get a gem to make a familiar for Kay.
Right. But we also want to be petty.
You're planning to steal the contents of his fridge. You're already being petty.
That is true.
I think Kay points to the blueprints and is like, the kitchen has a door to outside. We could try that door?
Yeah, that would also be an option. Yeah, back doors are usually forgotten about when it comes to locking things if he's gone on vacation again. And yay, Kay's getting involved in the planning of where to start the breaking and entry.
Oh.
Chichi is just so happy. It's like, I get to teach a kid to be a thief.
I just think that's so fun. Is that what you should be teaching a kid? Probably not, but you sure are.
Oh,
And
it
she
most
seems...
definitely is not a thing that should be taught to the kid, but too late.
She seems pretty eager to learn.
Sorry. I just found my cat running away with a bag of jerky.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Someone else was planning their own heist.
Your cat's planned a faster heist than we have.
Saw an opportunity and took it. And took the jerky.
It's a giant bag of jerky too, so it was hilarious.
Total distractions.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to discuss, I guess, before just going to the house?
What do we do if we get caught?
Yeah, that will be a concern.
What do you usually do if you get caught?
Well, when I did the robbing of the place the one time with Rek, we then broke a chair over the back of the dude's head and he was just unconscious for several hours.
Last time I broke into a place, I sort of set the house on fire when I got caught, but I don't think that's an option here.
I'd rather not burn down that neighborhood. It's very rich.
Right.
And then I'd have to find a new place to do my occasional robbery.
I felt this was probably the case. Could always flood the house.
Yeah, that takes kind of a lot more time, though.
Do we know where the windows are?
I did not mark them. Sorry. No, I don't know where the windows are even. There will be a window anywhere you need it. Basically.
If someone gets caught, jump out a window.
I'd imagine there's probably a window once every 2 to 3 squares.
Yeah, probably.
And just some large windows because fancy place.
Indeed. Lots of windows.
Chichi also has sleep spell. Because, yeah, Chichi also has sleep spell and as other option for knocking unconscious.
Yeah, that seems like a good option. That wouldn't draw a lot of attention, unlike setting the house on fire.
Yeah.
Don't touch it until you try it. Anything that's lost gets counted as being lost in the fire. Nobody can blame you if they think it got burnt up in the fire.
It's gonna be Kay's first heist. I think I'd rather pass on the arson lessons for now.
Yeah, arson's advanced crime.
Arson is the messier one, so. But, yeah, Chichi took Arcane Trickster Rogue, so they have spells. They actually have spells. It's so strange.
Magic.
Magic.
It's useful. I think Kay says, you guys already did arson when we met. I know arson, sort of.
Yes, but the safely getting out of the burning building afterwards is a very different lesson, and we're not doing that this time.
Arson is an advanced crime.
Because the old lab was quite a bit of ways from everything else, and this is smack dab downtown.
Kay nods.
So, like, a bit too obvious.
Yeah, Kay just, like, nods, like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. No arson.
On this occasion. Arson can occur on other occasions.
No arson today.
Chichi doesn't have a ton of other planning to do ahead of time because it's like, yeah, basic breaking, entering, nicking enough shinies and gold, and then just leaving.
Sounds like a plan. So, what time of day do you guys want to head down to this house? I mean, like, are you guys waiting for the cover of night, or?
Midnight seems like a pretty good time.
Midnight.
Chichi has been real good. It's like, midnight's a good one, but about 1 in the morning is surprisingly ideal.
True.
Because at that point, if everyone is still awake, I feel sorry for their insomnia.
It's not exactly a night shift neighborhood either, is it?
Nope. Not in the least. I wonder if this one will have fixed up the garden yet.
So you
Or
guys
was
are
that their neighbor? Yeah, well.
So you guys are gonna head down there at about 1 a.m. Okay.
If that's all fine with everyone involved in the planning.
Mhm. Yeah, Kay makes no arguments. So, does that work for Nicky?
Yep.
All right. Later that day, technically night, around 1 a.m., you guys make your way out of the area where the circus is set up and into town towards the house, which Chichi has apparently robbed several times before. Do you guys want to roll perception as you come up to the house?
Yeah. Chichi's rolling 16s today.
It's not bad. Oh boy, yeah. So 16 Chichi, 15 Nicky. Kay got an 11. She doesn't really know what she's looking for. Yeah, but the other two of you can see. Nicky or Chichi, I don't know if this was here the last time you were here, but a fence has been installed around the house. That's sort of like one of those kind of high iron fences that's all fancy. And the two of you can also notice that there are two guards on patrol in the yard and around the house. Though they haven't noticed you or anything.
Oh, that's fairly new. It had a fancy fence last time, not a functional fence.
Seems they're tired of getting robbed.
We don't even rob that place that often. Dang, I'm gonna have to go through contacts to see who spoiled the fun. Okay, difficulty has just upgraded.
This could be an issue.
So, what do you guys want to do about that?
Chichi is going to want to scope around the back of the building just to see if that's all updated too.
Sure. I'd say roll investigation for that.
Yeah. Dice parser, please be nice. No.
There's still fence around the back of the house, so there is a fence back there. They did not do the stupid rich person thing where they have a fence just around the front just for decoration, but then it ends and you can just walk around it. So.
Shoot. Well, I was already figuring the front door was out of the way. But,
I have an idea, if you are willing to allow me to try.
What's the idea?
I have silent image, and I could perhaps cast the image of a burglar climbing the fence to distract the guards and perhaps send them on a merry chase.
Well, that certainly is an idea. They'll be... If they aren't that dumb, they're still going to be stuck with no alert guards. And Chichi only has 2 sleep spells.
I do have two slots for suggestion if you wish to go that way as well.
I don't think that would help. But, you know what? Sure, let's try silent image.
So, what I'll do is I will conjure the image of the classic old-timey burglar, striped shirt, mask, big knapsack filled with precious belongings, maybe even dropping a candelabra. And I'm gonna have the image trying to climb the fence from
Getting
the
in?
inside.
Okay, to escape.
To
after
escape.
It's already stolen stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. So, the guards will have to make an investigation check against your spell save DC to see if they can see if this is fake.
Let me pull up my spell.
Well, that's a nat 1 and that's a 3, so I don't think it matters. I don't think your spell save matters. It's not going to be lower than that.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Both.
So I'm gonna have the silent image like hop over the fence and like start running off into the distance into one of the neighbors' backyards.
Oh yes, both guards that are patrolling the house see it and then in unison like begin chasing after it. They open the gate and then they go running down the street after the thief, leaving the gate open in the process.
Chichi's just going to be there. It's like, very impressive work, Nicky. And Kay, I can't believe those two were that dumb. I didn't think that was actually going to work. Okay. Well, the front door's open. Let's go.
Well, the gate is open, not the front door. But yeah, you can now get into the yard and approach the house, and the guards that are patrolling the yard are gone for now. So, yeah. You have some doors you can try, some windows you can try. There's a balcony on the 2nd floor if you want to climb up there.
I'm going to do something that might be slightly stupid later on, real quick. I'm going to look around to see if there's a decorative stone, and I'm going to put it in front of the gate into the backyard, so if they come back, they're going to have to move the rock to get back in.
Oh, like landscaping to keep people taking part of the landscaping, shutting the gate to keep people out. All right, roll investigation to see if you can find something that'll work for that. It's dark out, so. Well, I think you find like a big bird bath that you think maybe you can wedge that in front of the gate. No guarantee it'll hold them, but it will at least make the gate harder to open.
Mainly, I'm just trying to do this so that if somebody comes through the gate, we'll be able to hear something falling over.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So you can do that. You can have booby trapped the gate so that if the outdoor guards come back, you'll probably be able to hear them coming.
Yeah, Chichi is going to want to check out the doors to see if any of them are potentially unlocked. See if there's any actual lights going on inside and it wasn't just outside detail.
Okay, roll also investigation. It's just, we're rolling a lot of it this game.
It's a heist.
We're
very much looking for info.
16.
16 again!
Okay, and you were looking for lights inside the house and the state of the doors, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell that both doors to the house are locked, although the lock on the kitchen door looks a lot less impressive. You get the sense that door is mostly used for like food deliveries and such, so it's not a very nice door. And you do in fact see some lights on in the first floor of the house. So you can guess there is someone active in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so kitchen door is definitely the way to go, but someone's home. That's odd. But well.
I think he's like, it's a house. Why is it odd for someone to be home?
They have vacation homes too, in much fancier locales. So they're not always here.
Sometimes people who are very rich are so rich they decide to buy an extra home to show how rich it is they are. This is why it's okay for us to steal from here.
I think he's like, so they just have empty houses that they don't live in?
For most of the year, yeah.
That's boring.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Chichi is going to go around to unlock the kitchen door, though, and that's the entry point. That's going to be easy.
Yeah, so roll sleight of hand with your lock picks if you want to try and pick the lock on that door.
I have thieves' tools, which I think is lock picking.
Yeah. Did I not say thieves' tools? Did I say lock pick? There is no lock picks in D&D. It's thieves' tools.
I barely ever remembered that they exist, but I have them and have expertise in them. So.
Oh wow.
Chichi had many bonuses.
Excellent. Oh yeah, you 22. You
That's
opened this.
16. There's a 16 hiding in there. Why? I'm so good 16s this run. Okay,
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you easily open the door. Easily and quietly open the door, and yeah, it's open now. And you can see into the kitchen beyond it. If you want to roll perception or investigation for the kitchen before going in, you can, or you can just go in.
Chichi will go for perception. Because they're not looking for anything in particular. Ow.
The lights are on in here. But you don't see anyone. Nicky can also look if she wants, and I might have Kay look as well, but her modifier is not very good. Oh my god.
Ow.
3, 7, 10. Yep. Everyone can see that the room is lit and that there is no one inside of it. So.
Can Nicky roll to look for food?
If she goes in. I mean, with a 7, you can tell that there is food in here. You see some like paper bags on the counters, and like there's a fridge, but you can't tell what food exactly is in there from the doorway. This is a big kitchen, and the food seems to be stored at the opposite end from the door.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a d20, and if it's low, Nicky's going to go in. If it's high, she won't, okay?
Okay.
Okay, she knows just enough that food in paper bags is a sign somebody is home. So she might nose around out in the garden a little bit.
Okay, so what is she doing? Is she like...
She's trying to find more indications that, like, maybe the owner might be home.
With a 5? Yeah, with a 5, you can see lights on inside, but you don't see people moving around, so take from that what you will.
The house is owned by ghosts.
It's not owned by a ghost.
Ghosts are squatters. Is Chichi still in the doorway to the kitchen?
Chichi is gonna go in, but Chichi is gonna do stealth. Because theft.
Mm-hmm.
So and I get to remember that Chichi has very good modifiers for stealth. And very bad rolls at the moment.
Kay is gonna try and follow Chichi in unless Chichi tells her not to.
Chichi will just be wait a little bit, then maybe.
Kay nods and stays at the doorway. And Chichi, you are inside the house, and no one is coming running into the kitchen, so you're doing pretty good. What do you want to do from here?
Gee. Yeah. Stabs. Yeah, Chichi is in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
The kitchen only directly leads out into the dining room, from the looks of it.
Yep.
Chichi is going to go over to the door to the dining room and just try and hear through the door.
Okay, roll perception or investigation.
We're gonna go for perception and hope that 2 entire ears pressed to the door can do a thing. No.
No.
Chichi, why are you doing this?
Chichi, roll me another stealth. Okay, that's good. This door swings both ways, so you can't really press your ear all that hard to it. You don't hear anything, but you do realize that the door is opening as you're leaning against it and like stop from falling all the way through it. So there's that.
Yeah, that's definitely be the wrong way to go about this.
It would be a very Toon way, though. But yeah, you do not fall out into the dining room, but you do not hear anything either.
Huh. Chichi will probably give the go-ahead to Kay that, okay, yeah, you can come in, just be a bit careful.
Okay. That could have gone worse. So Kate comes in. She's trying to be quiet. She's not doing super well, but she's not extraordinarily loud either, at least. And no one comes running into the room, so.
Yay!
Nicky will also follow suit. Let me just double check to make sure I know what my stealth is real quick. Oddly enough, I haven't had to use stealth much with this character.
Nicky just takes what she wants. Who cares if she gets seen? Oh yeah, Nicky comes in very quietly. I think like Kay turns to Chichi like, should we call for Nicky? And then Nicky is like right beside her.
Just beams in.
And now if Nicky wants, she can roll investigation and look at the food. 15. Yeah, it seems these people keep a well-stocked pantry. There is like all sorts of food up in the like pantry and the fridge, and like the paper bags out on the counter you saw are holding some fresh fruit. So
I'm going to take all the most expensive groceries. They have caviar, I'm taking it.
Really giving that hammer space a workout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you end up with like some caviar, some, I don't know, truffles, some fancy cheeses.
Chichi will make his suggestion of take the bacon. It's definitely going to be the thing you're going to enjoy eating the most.
I also take the bacon.
Mm-hmm.
If they've got like prosciutto or something, Nicky's probably going to take that too.
They probably do.
It's the fancy person's bacon.
Yes, it is. But
yeah,
none of this is going to afford a fancy gem for Kay, so probably gonna have to. Since Chichi knows this is a rich person's place, but they know they're probably not the rich person who leaves all the fancy cutlery actually in the kitchen.
Nope. Everything you see here that could probably be sold for a large amount of money is stuff like the oven, the fancy fridge, and it's like you're not taking that. Not without a lot of doing. So better to look for something smaller that you can actually carry.
There is 100 gold worth of valuables with that fridge, but it's also the entire fridge. And,
Mm.
eh.
Yeah,
Eh,
you're
that's a bit too bulky.
Yeah, no, this is mainly for the after party.
Yes. Do heists usually have an after party?
Usually they have a little celebration if it goes all well.
Most of mine do.
Yeah, most of mine with Rick are usually just have a nice drink, have a nice dinner, and go back to bed. Because it ends up being long nights for heists. Yay.
Okay, Nods. Are you guys gonna attempt to go out into the dining room?
Carefully.
Yeah, it's. Oh, yeah, and that door swings both ways. I almost fell through it already. So.
Yeah, if Nicky wants to try rolling perception or investigation to listen through the door, 11.
That was not a good. Yeah.
You can, because Chichi warned you about the door swinging, you can take advantage on that, I'll say.
Yay. One of us may actually be able to hear a thing.
Nope, it went worse. So 11, you can actually hear through the door, the sound of, footsteps in the dining room. But it sounds like they're going further away, and then you hear a door open and someone is leaving the dining room.
Somebody just left. I don't know how much time we have to get into the dining room before they come back.
Oh, well. Cautiously push the door open.
Alright, roll stealth. And everyone who's going into the new room will roll stealth, actually. Oh no.
4 16s.
Oh no. Okay, so Chichi, you quietly open the door and slink out into the dining room. I think Kay trips and falls, and then Nicky trips over her. Cause a 2 and an 8, that's not stealthy.
Can I add something to that?
Yes.
I like to imagine a little can of caviar like slips out of Nikki's hoodie pocket and rolls across the dining room floor.
Excellent. And you can hear footsteps in the next room over. That little stairway, that little like door that leads to the area behind the stairs. There were footsteps there, and they stop, and they turn around, and they're coming back. Chichi, I'll consider you hidden. I'm not sure if everyone else should get a second stealth roll to try and hide from this person after alerting them. Rolling alright. Yeah, you can roll stealth. Nicky can roll stealth again to attempt to find a hiding place in this room before whoever that is comes in. Okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Nicky manages to successfully hide. Kay, not so much. And into the room walks guard. It looks like He's wearing like a little security badge and has like a sword. And yeah, he spots Kay on the floor and is like, well, you're not supposed to be here. What do you guys want to do?
I'm going to cast suggestion really quick.
Okay.
I'm going to say, no, we are supposed to be here. We're other guards.
Okay. I'm looking up suggestions to see.
They have to roll a wisdom throw and get higher than a 14.
Okay, wisdom throw. Let's see. They don't have good wisdom, so. Yep, I think that fools him. And he's like, oh, additional guards for the night. Huh. Well, they have been increasing the security lately, so I guess that makes sense. Carry on then. Like walks back out of the room to wherever he was headed before.
I cannot believe that worked.
Honestly, this is how most of my heists work.
I was prepared to knock him out cold if it need be. But okay, yeah, that works. Sure. Kay, are you okay, hun?
Yes, I'm okay. And Kay has pushed herself back to her feet now. If you want to roll investigation on this room to see if there's anything worth stealing, or if you want to try and go to another adjacent room.
Yeah, investigation. Chichi is... Ow?
Preoccupied. Chichi is preoccupied. That is a nat 1. Yeah, you don't see shit in this room.
Chichi is probably preoccupied with the... And that's caviar everywhere.
I think it's still a sealed can, but yeah.
So Nikki's probably going to pick up the can and then just like quietly shove it in their pocket again.
Well, this is definitely going to be a heist to remember.
Kay is rolling investigation at disadvantage because she doesn't know what she's looking for. But I'd say a 17 still does it. And she points to like a display case on the wall that looks to have a full set of very fancy china behind it. You know those like 50-piece sets where it's like eight plates, 8 cups, the teapot, the like a butter holder.
Oh,
like
one of those.
A billion pieces, all very like finely painted and on display in a cabinet. And she's like, "Is that worth gem money?"
I don't know what Chichi would have to roll to actually figure out value.
I would think it's an intelligence roll.
Yeah, it could be investigation or straight intelligence or trying to Google it, and apparently there's a spell called Discern Value.
Seriously?
Yeah, well, I knew there's a spell called Distort Value, but apparently there's one called Discern Value as well. This might not be 5e.
I don't know. Things for a different time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for now, investigation or straight intelligence should do it.
Well, for Chichi, that means absolutely no difference. Chichi's definitely been
11.
around a lot of valuables and know that, well, that can definitely be sold for something.
Nikki's also
Okay.
free to roll if she wants.
Okie dokie.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt Frosty. If you had more.
No, it's just... Chichi has been around valuables, but at this moment she can't tell if that's one that's genuinely valuable or just someone would pay some money for it because it's pretty.
Yeah. Essentially, that's what the conclusion both of you come to. It's expensive, but it might not. You're not sure if the resale value is going to be as high. So you might want to continue looking elsewhere for things that might be a more surefire target to steal.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely going to be thinking about, do we take the entire fancy China set regardless? That'd be a very noisy thing to take out, though.
With an 11, you will know that sets of this type, an individual piece is not worth very much. It is the full complete set is where you would get the most money. So you would have to take all 50 of these little China trinkets with you in order to really get much of value from this tea set.
Yeah, well, Chichi will say, okay, that really it does have value, but you need all the tiny bits and bobs, and I'm not sure every last single serving spoon is with it at this moment. Also, that's a lot of things.
Also, we could easily break a piece and the whole value would just be ruined.
We'll keep it in mind for if we need to nick anything on the way out.
Kay nods. So yeah, from here you can proceed to either the parlor or the area behind the stairs. What do you want to do?
Okay, wait. Guard went behind stairs?
Yes. The guard that you encountered went along behind the stairs, but he was also suggested, so that guard will no longer recognize you as hostile until suggestion expires. I don't know how long that lasts.
8 hours.
Holy shit,
Okay,
yeah.
we're good for now.
So that's a whole guard out of the rotation for this heist.
Yeah. Is there any, can Chichi roll perception for checking to see if there's any noises coming out of the parlor?
Sure.
Perception, yeah. Chichi, you have 4 ears. Please hear better.
13. With a 13, you can hear footsteps in the parlor, but you can't tell if they're coming towards you, going away from you, totally unrelated, but someone's in the parlor.
We could always go in front of the stairs and, just skedaddle into the game room.
But the hallway behind the stairs also goes right into the game room. Chi-Chi's gonna lean more towards going behind the staircase just because if it's the same guard in the parlor, yay. If it's not the same guard,
That would be troublesome. So if you want to go the hallway behind the stairs, yeah, roll stealth again. We're gonna be doing a lot of that.
Yeah.
17, 16. You are all very quiet and stealthy as you go through this hallway behind the stairs and towards the game room. Do you want to just go into the game room or roll perception on it first?
I'm going. Nikki at least is going to roll perception.
7.
I'll say Chichi is on high enough alert because there are quite a few guards to do a perception roll just because it's case first heist. They don't want anyone going to jail.
Please, please don't get yourselves arrested. Yeah, you can also hear footsteps within the game room, and Chichi, you can tell that those are headed your way, towards the little hallway that you're in. I will say the stealth rolls everyone did are good enough that you guys can just like hide out in the shadows underneath the stairs and not get caught. As a guard exits the game room and walks through this hallway towards the dining room without seeing you at all.
Yay!
And after that, the game room sounds quiet, so you should be good to proceed.
Yeah. Okay, games room. Did they bring any fancy things this time to Nick?
Okay, roll investigation of the games room. There's like a big pool table in here and some a dartboard, other things, but if you're looking for something valuable,
Can Nikki also roll?
yes. Everyone can roll investigation and perception all throughout the house.
I found a stick.
Holy shit. Kay's investigation modifier is insane. Yeah. Nikki, you see like, yeah, there's like a pool table. There's, it's and Chichi, you both see it's sort of like it's not necessarily the sort of game room that someone might have today where there's like a big video game system and a huge TV and stuff that can sell well. It's like a wooden chess set and like a game of billiards and like it's not stuff that'll be easy to take and resell for a lot of money. And yeah, Kay looks around and does not see anything especially noteworthy for its high monetary value.
One just thought past my brain of a thing Chichi probably mentioned, like, oh, I guess they didn't replace the fancy quartz chess set yet.
Nikki is going to take 3 pieces from each side of the chess set, and different ones for each side.
Oh my god. Nikki, you menace. Yep, you can just do it.
Go ahead. No one will stop you.
You have some chess pieces now.
Pick one of the horses.
Yeah. I'll take one of the horses and the king so that I can make them fight later.
He's like, but they're wood. How would they fight?
Imagination.
Or just playing with toys.
You can roll insight on Kay.
Sure. Where's my insight? Oh, right there. I keep forgetting Chichi has surprisingly good insight. and surprisingly bad rolls.
Yeah, Nicky is too busy fucking with the chess set. Chichi, you can notice, Kay's kind of confused. She does not have familiarity with toys, games, etc.
I can get Cal to explain it to you later.
She nods, looking still a little confused.
Chichi is just thinking, you know what? I'll toss this job on to Cal just because now is probably not the time and place to try and explain what on earth entertainment is because that just feels rather depressing.
And you're on, you don't have a lot of time here to stand around chatting, so.
But, yeah.
There are the guards to worry about. So.
Yeah.
From the game room, you can go to either the parlor or the music room.
I'm just scuttle on to the music room. That's probably where the big money stuff is going to be.
Well, it was where a drum kit was last time, and that wasn't worth a ton, even before I fell through it. But yeah, take a quick look into the music room. Okay. Because that's an open doorway by the looks of it.
It is actually sliding doors.
Oh.
Yeah, I did not do a fantastic job at the map making, but yeah, all those are like
I
sliding.
It was just one of those open
doors.
arch doorways that just are open.
It can be opened up like that, but it's well, I think at the moment it's like cracked a little, like one of the doors is slit open just enough for someone to get through. Though it does have like a bigger doorway that they could open it up to, but
okay, yeah. Yeah, taking a peek into the music room.
Okay, you
Not
can
immediately running into the music room because precautions. But that would be perception or investigation.
What are you trying to do?
Check for guards, check for goods.
Guards would be perception, expensive stuff would be investigation, though. Yeah.
Start with the checking for guards, then.
That's the smart way to go about it. You don't hear anything.
I'm also going to put my ear up to the...
Chichi is actually just looking through the little crack in the door.
Yeah, you don't hear or see anyone inside from this doorway. I can have K roll as well. Yeah, K looks through the door and is like, it's empty. So you guys are good to go inside.
Okay.
And now you can roll investigation to see if there's anything.
Yeah, now time to look for shinies. Because Chi-Chi's not terribly big on having to run upstairs for goods.
All right, with a 14 and an 18, both of you will see there's a lot of instruments in this room. There's like a fancy looking grand piano. There's some. Well, there's the base of a drum set. There's no drums in it right now because, yeah, those got broken. Haven't been replaced yet.
That was a while ago. Wow.
They don't play the drums that often. They haven't seen the need. And you can see that there is what looks like an antique violin hung on the wall that is in a. Let me just check my notes. It's in a It's in a glass cabinet, much like the dishes in the dining room, so it's more for display than actually being played, but it's like on a laid down on like a velvet liner and looks very old and fancy, and you would guess that that would probably sell for quite a bit of money.
Time to do rogue things now, Chichi.
And yes, the
Yeah.
cabinet is locked.
Yeah, Chichi can get it unlocked in just a little bit, probably. More than likely.
She's sure welcome to try.
That's not ominous at all.
I mean, she has to roll for it. It might not work. 14. Let's see. I think what I'll do for that is you do manage to get the doors to the cabinet open, but also roll stealth to see if you're able to do it quietly.
Sure.
26.
Yes.
Okay, nat 20. This
Yes.
cabinet does not make a single sound as you pick the lock and open it. And
Well-oiled hinges on this one, even if the lock is a bit fiddly.
you get the sense this cabinet isn't opened much, but is maintained well enough. So you can now grab the violin.
It's like, I don't know if this is enough gold for the gem, but it's definitely pretty and very fancy enough to cover most of the costs. Darn shame, it's a very lovely violin. But oh well.
Do we want to go upstairs or do we want to just take the violin and run?
Oh, jeez. Upstairs is bedrooms, library, and a study. I mean, the study might have something worth good value.
I know rich people tend to have like expensive books to make themselves look smarter than they actually are, so library could have something.
Yeah. Okay, do you want to go upstairs and rob the study and library?
He's like, taking books sounds nice. Yeah. So Kay is on board for going upstairs.
Okay, so violin goes into coin toss hammer space. Who gets to carry the violin? Because Chichi's more than willing to leave it in their hammer space for the spit.
So I would say, so who wants to be 1 and who wants to be 2? I mean, crap. My brain just.
Chichi will hold on to the violin, I guess.
Alright, so the violin is in hammer space, and you guys are going to try heading upstairs. Do you want to check and see if anyone's in the parlor?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Chichi can definitely hear that there is someone walking around in the parlor that does seem to be coming towards the music room at the moment.
You gotta be kidding me. Are there many good hiding spots in the music room?
There's a fair number, probably. Probably under the piano is the best one. Do you want to close that display cabinet again?
Yes. Yes, Chichi will close the space cabinet. I didn't realize they hadn't.
Yeah, better to check. You can also run through to the game room, which you can also try and hide somewhere in the game room as well.
Okay, footsteps coming closer. Coming closer. Hide here, hide in the game room, or duck in the game room, then duck out into the parlor. Assuming Chichi didn't hear 2 sets of footsteps in the parlor.
Just the one.
Okay, then yeah, Chichi's gonna suggest plan of action of duck into game room, close door silently as possible, then duck into parlor once you can hear the person going into the music room.
This sounds like a good method of action.
Right, to the game room and shutting that door on the way.
Okay, with this plan, I think Chichi can roll stealth for, like, stealthily shutting the door, but maybe not everyone has to, because you're not immediately hiding, so, Kay doesn't have to with her -1.
Yeah. Chichi, don't panic. That's 16. Again.
Another 16. It's good enough. So Chichi quietly closes the door as you hear the other door to the game room, to the music room open. And now the parlor is quiet, so you can proceed in that direction.
Hey.
So yeah, everyone going out to the parlor and up the stairs.
Yep.
Yeah, quick cursory glance around the parlor, though. Just Gigi will do a perception check regardless, because anything of interest in here? Probably not, but oh well.
Yeah, you just see decorative stuff. There's like sitting couches and vases of flowers and paintings on the walls that aren't like super fancy. It's like portraits of the various family members, so the resale value on that is not very good.
And to connecting incriminating evidence. So,
yeah.
Nope.
You do also notice the guard that Nicky had suggested is coming down the stairs from upstairs, but he just like waves at you because he's still convinced you're all other guards, so.
Hey! Yeah, just polite wave and going up the staircase before any of the other guards pop up and realize that someone's not well in the moment. Oh. And to the second floor.
To the second floor. Everyone roll stealth going upstairs. Got a K in that 20 on this. Oh boy. Okay, so Chichi has a 24, Kay has a 19, Nicky has an 11. Nicky, what did you do? Why are you less stealthy?
Nicky tripped on a stair, but she caught herself. She made a little bit of noise going down, though.
Yeah, and I think from the second floor you can hear someone call out, "Who goes there?" Because that was low enough to catch a guard's attention. And that guard is now walking towards the stairway. There's not a lot of good hiding places on the stairway, is there?
Oh, there wouldn't be.
Nikki and Chichi and Kay got good enough rolls that maybe they were near the top of the stairs and were able to duck around behind the railing. Nikki, what are you gonna do? You can roll stealth again if you can figure out a place to try and hide, or you can try and do something else.
I think what Nikki is going to try and do is she's going to go over the railing and try and hang off the side of the stairs.
Okay, roll. You can roll athletics instead if you want. I don't know if that's better for you.
Let me see if athletics is better for me. Because this could go really bad, really fast.
Athletics
Nope.
is
The version
Yeah,
of your sheet, they're the same. Both +0.
Yep. Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh no! Do you want to get noticed or do you want to fall?
I'll fall.
Okay. Yeah. So you fall down to the side area alongside the stairway balcony. You're back on the first floor. You're not taking falling damage because I don't know how it works. But the guard.
This is a very short fall, so probably no fall damage.
Yeah, probably not. It's just one flight of stairs. And the guard on the second floor comes to the head of the stairs and like looks down and sees nothing and sort of like scratches his head and resumes walking, and he walks over to the right towards the second bedroom.
Okay.
Nikki's going to try and stealth back up the stairs again.
Okay. That time, she makes it. And she's able to climb the stairs without drawing any attention.
Impressive fall.
Nikki, are you okay?
This isn't the worst fall I've taken. I'll be fine.
Yeah, well, we can do a check over once we're out of here. Okay, yeah, guard went direction up to the side with the 2 bedrooms.
Yeah, and I'm assuming you guys are like grouped along near between the stairs and the guest room.
Yeah, Chichi's going to suggest how we can go over the other way, and the library entrance is a bit closer.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys can go over to the entrance next to the guest room, I'm presuming? There are 2 doors into the library.
Chichi will probably go for the one that's right next to the guest room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And probably more perceptions just to hear if they hear see if they hear any other footsteps.
Sure, yeah. 17? Okay. Yeah, you can tell that there is only one dedicated upstairs guard, and he's the one that came to the staircase. The guard that Nicky charmed was up here, but no longer is, and there are no other guards up here.
Okay. Library.
Library, indeed. You can roll investigation on the library. There are lots of shelves of books and like armchairs and tables and such.
Chichi. Oh, geez, Kay.
She's got intelligence. Yeah, I think both Chichi and Kay are able to spot that there are Well, there are a lot of books in here in general, but there is a special shelf down near where you entered the room that has a few books on display, which look to be rare printings, first editions, specially signed copies, etc. So the types of books that might be able to sell for more of a profit than they were maybe purchased at, sell for a good amount of money.
Yeah, she's having a moment of, oh, I think I remembered hearing that one going out of print years ago. Ooh, and it's signed, and ooh, okay, that's going to be worth a good penny.
I think Nikki's probably going to grab a couple of random books from the shelves and replace the books on display with those.
Ooh, that's a good move, so that it looks okay at first glance. Yeah. So you guys taking the rare books, putting something else in their place?
Yeah. But Chichi is also giving directions of, okay, that one's purple cover. Find a purple colored book.
That's a good plan.
It'll go better if it at least almost looks like the normal books are here for a bit.
Honestly, they probably don't read them very often, so it might take a couple of months for them to realize something's wrong.
Yes, but they'll at least recognize the covers a bit faster because those are in full display. So, yeah, but so
yeah, you guys can.
that's more books.
You guys collect several fancy old books. Where to now?
Oh, before we go, Nikki's gonna turn around to Kane's like, also pick whichever books you want from the shelves.
Oh, that's a dangerous proposition to make to Kay. Her eyes starts to sparkle and she's just running around the room grabbing.
Yeah, maybe not all the books, just a few really interesting ones because there's a lot of books here.
Maximum of 6.
He's like, only 6? Okay. And she like puts back up.
Unfortunately, this place is a bit livelier, so we can't stick around too long.
Yeah, as you say that, do you want to roll perception?
Sure.
Yeah, 20. You can hear the footsteps of the guard approaching the double door entrance to the library, or like the sliding door. The big one, not the one you came in through.
And guards coming back this way.
We gotta scoot.
Okay, coming from the double door, so back to the other door that we came in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, going out that door.
Yeah.
Everyone, roll stealth.
No whammy, no whammy.
Yeah. Darn. Dang you pop-ups.
Okay. It's not a great roll, but it's okay. You all like do a very classic cartoon gag of like as soon as he enters into the room, you guys are going out the other door, and he never sees you. So, and I think Kay quietly closes the door, and you're now out on the second floor, in front of the library. So, where to now?
Do we want to risk the study, or do you think we've got enough for the gem?
We probably have more than enough for the gem at the moment, but it's, do we want to go into the study?
What do you think, Kay? You're the special one here. This is your first heist after all.
He's like, well, what might be in the study?
Oh, personal favorites, items of good value, personal favorite books that they were just reading and not keeping in the library, business side, business papers, yada yada, probably a safe. If they aren't shoving that in the back closet of their own bedroom.
Mm-hmm. And Keelik's considering and says, well, she's just considering. She doesn't know. It is her first heist. She doesn't know what the proper heist procedure is.
We got enough to more almost certainly pay for the gem. But it's, if we want, we can get some more things and have extra on the way out. But that also means hanging around in a place with a bunch of guards for a bit longer and
Speaking of guards, the guard Nicky charmed is coming up the stairs again. And again waves at you guys.
Yeah, I wave back.
Mm-hmm.
Chichi, for all the roguish tendencies that want to rob the place blind, it's also like, but if we leave now, we have less chance of getting arrested or drawing a bunch of attention.
Well, that's good. Maybe we should go.
Yeah, we could steal a bunch more, but for a first heist, this is going really, really well. And I'd like it to end on the positive note. So.
Kay nods. Yeah, so back down the stairs?
Yep.
Actually, I'm wondering if this is a decent time to call a break. I don't know if this game's gonna go long enough to need a break. If you get caught by the guards, it will. But I'm almost out of water, so I wonder if you take 5 minutes or so here, and then when we come back, you will get out of the house.
Yeah. I'm gonna go on mute for a second.
Yep.
Let's see what the little thief is up to. No cheese for you. This is mom's cheese. No. There's no food in there, bud. No food in there, bud. Okay, good boy. How are you? Good boy? Oopsie oopsie. Baby tootsie.
Hello.
Shh. Bud, it's okay. Shh.
Alright, is everyone back?
Yeah.
Cool. Ready to continue?
Yep.
Alright. You have broken into the house, now it's time to break back out of it. So, heading down the stairs first. Roll stealth. boy.
Ow.
Well, that could have gone better. So yeah, Chichi with a 13 is doing passively. With a 7 and an 8, Kay and Nicky not so much. Not so much. The guard that Nicky did suggestion on doesn't seem to mind. But at the bottom of the stairs, there is a guard standing there and looking up at you.
You missed one? Great.
Well, looking up at Nicky and Kay, they don't see Chichi. So, what do you want to do about that?
I mean, I've got one more spell slot that I could use Charm Person on. But I don't know if that's what you guys want to do.
I mean, it's better than anything Kay has.
Chichi only has the sleep spell that does an area of effect. But that one's got its own fiddly rules. And I don't know if it'll work.
Okay, I'm going to cast Charm Person on this one too, which I can do with my pact slot. My pact. I can do an additional target.
Well, you cast suggestion on the last guy. Wait, is that?
Oh. I can use. Yeah, I can use.
Suggestions. What is concentration? Okay.
Yeah.
Chichi can try for a sleep spell.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
20 foot, 20 feet of a point chosen within range, and rolling 5d8s. Roll 5d8. Total how many hit points of creatures in the spell can affect. This is not the greatest spell. And I only have the 5d8s.
How many hit points does this?
I mean, I've also got sleep. We could always try hitting him one after the other.
I'd say it's worth trying.
Chichi will go for the sleep. How many health points do these guards have?
11. So yeah,
Okay, so that's definitely knocked out the one guard we didn't charm, and depending on how close the charmed guard was, probably him too.
He was at the top of the stairs, so I'd say totally different areas. So yeah, the guard at the bottom of the stairs falls over asleep. Now might be a good time to run, because I think sleep only lasts like a minute.
It lasts... yeah, 1 minute.
Yep. Time to go.
Time to go. So yeah.
The only question is front door or back door?
The front door is still locked.
But you are coming from the inside. Our doors easier. I mean, I guess you don't know if it's one of those doors that requires a key from both sides, but
Chichi will still want to go for the back door because we already know that's unlocked. And yeah, that one's already unlocked, and we know that the amount of guards around there should be minimal at this point.
Alright, do you want to roll perception as you go into the dining room or the kitchen, or are you just running for it?
Chichi will do perception just because.
I'll roll perception as well.
Mhm.
Because it's like, I'm assuming the charmed guard isn't going to be terribly concerned about his friend who just fell over unconscious.
He's like, Dave, you're always falling asleep on the job. You gotta pull it together, man. And then I should have put a tag when I rolled for Kay, but one of the two of them, either Nicky or Kay, will notice that the dining room's empty. The door to the kitchen is swinging, like it was just pushed.
Oh, darn
Oh
it.
no.
Okay, is there a window at the back of the dining room? Because it's about time for that.
Yep, there's a big, fancy ornate window at the end of the room.
Okay, time to go through a window.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Shatter on the window.
Okay, that saves rolling strength.
Nicky, we can just open it. There's a simple latch.
No, it's one of those like decorative picture windows. It's not meant to open.
Oh wait, I don't have Shatter. I'm gonna cast Thunderclap.
Okay.
Actually, wait. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Chichi also has another charge of sleep if we just want to knock out whoever went into the kitchen.
That might be a good idea.
Because
might draw less attention.
yeah, just okay. Chichi is ready to toss another thing of sleep because this ain't concentration. Who all's in the kitchen?
There is another guard in the kitchen who is looking at the presumably sort of torn apart pantry area and like scratching his head. Like, oh man, do we have a rat problem?
Nope, you got a burglar problem. Night.
Yep, he is out. He just collapses onto the floor asleep, and you can now leave the house.
Okay, yeah, back door's still open, and I don't know if the guards that were chasing the fake burglar are back or not.
You can roll perception.
Sure.
You don't see him.
We also have that trap set up.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah, no. The bird bath, that's the word, is still upright, and you're pretty sure that means that the guards have not re-entered the yard. So no need to roll stealth as you make your way back to the gate to leave.
I put the bird bath back where it belongs, and we can skedaddle out of there.
Yeah.
All right. You guys make it out of the yard and down the street as the first guard that you knocked out with sleep is like throwing open the front door, but you're already running. He's not. He can't. You are out of there. Congratulations! You have acquired some rare books and a antique violin.
And we also have caviar and fancy cheeses.
Yeah,
you sure do.
Now, just time to find a space to go hit up a fence.
Mm-hmm.
Because these make no money unless they're sold.
That is how products work. How items work. So yeah, do you want to look for someone right now at 2 a.m. or like go back to the circus, wait for it to be daytime, and then come back and try to sell this stuff, pass it on?
I'm going to just acknowledge the feat that Chichi has of criminal contact, so she probably definitely knows offense, but I'll roll to see if they're awake at this hour normally.
Okay.
Mhm.
Does Kay know what a fence is, or does Kay think that Chichi is going to talk to an actual fence?
Oh, it's absolutely the latter.
Chichi will explain it after, whenever Kay is getting confused about what does this have to do
Yeah.
with a fence?
He's like, but we just went through a fence.
No, not that type of fence. Okay, I'll just do coin toss, odd, even odds of odds. They're not awake at night. Evens they are. God, there's a fence awake at this hour. It's like,
So,
no, not a fenced wall. A fence, a person I'm able to pawn. We're going to be able to pawn these things off for the gold we need for the gem. And I'm pretty sure I know one who's awake at this hour.
I just imagine that meme with Patrick where it's like, oh boy, 3 a.m.
time to buy stolen goods.
He's a literal owl, actually. So he
Makes
just is a night owl. And besides, there are less guards. There are less cops awake at this hour, too. So it's a bit easier on everyone involved. Yeah, he is down by shipping, it was. And this one I turn over to DM because I, the player, generally don't have any knowledge of who the fence would be, except that Colonel Contact, sure, yeah, definitely knows one.
I mean, this is news to me as well. So I did not think this far. I was
It's
just
not
like,
like we were going to take these very fancy, expensive things to a plain old pawn shop.
this is how I will get caught as a criminal in the real world, because I was like, yeah, you can do that.
I mean,
No.
you can,
Okay.
but they'll find you faster.
Okay, so Chichi roll survival for navigating to this place.
Yeah, survival. That's my stat. I actually have that. I forget that stat exists.
It's
I
not
never
very
use
often
it.
used. 7. I think it takes you a while, and I think you actually walk past the place a couple of times before you remember, oh right, it's on like the second floor above this like convenience store, and then you have to
right.
like
Just, it was above a store, but was it the convenience store, the knife sharpening store, or the bar? And what, was it a plain blue door or the yellow door? Wreck, this is your job normally. Where the heck am I going?
The knife sharpening store sounds amazing.
if you want to roll perception, everyone can roll perception to try and find a clue as to where you're supposed to be going.
Yeah, this is not Chi-Chi's highlight of the job. But Nicky definitely spots a clue.
Yeah, I think Kay is mostly just like, oh, I've never been here before. But Nicky can spot like above the knife sharpening store. There's a sign advertising like a phone psychic. So that's probably not it. And like above the I forget where the other places was. Above the bar, there's like the lights are off, so it looks like no one's home. But above the convenience store, there is a light on. So you think that's probably your best bet if this person is indeed awake at this hour.
Yeah. Chichi is going to thank Nicky for noticing that one because it's like, I never do this part.
Nicky is always awake at 3 a.m. She knows the signs.
Oh, Chichi has been awake at 3 a.m., but the remembering the place that the person they pawned stuff to is not actually her job. That's her normal thieving partner's job. But, okay, lights. Lights over there. Yay! Time to talk to a random owl.
Okay, so you can go up. There's like a fire escape around the back of the building that leads to this door. You're, I guess, going to knock on it or something?
Yeah, yeah, Chichi. Actually, Chichi's just gonna go for a regular knock because it's like, and yeah, this one doesn't actually have a fancy knock you need. Knock, knock. Hello, Mr. Owl friend. Long time no see.
The door opens a little. You can see there's like, you know, those chains that hotels have, so the door can only open like a little. There's like 5 of those on this door, and this short little owl tune is peering around the door at you suspiciously and is like, what do you want at this hour? Oh, okay, you, I remember. Who are your friends?
Okay, yeah. Short version. Nicky, warlock, friendly. Okay. Artificer. Very much friend, very much kid. We just had a few things we were gonna stop by to see if you were willing to buy, and that was just it.
I see. One moment, and the door shuts again, and you hear all of the many chains coming undone. Before the door opens again this time, and the owl is like gesturing you inside.
Oh, good to see you too, and thank you. Right, Nicky, don't take anything.
Just back. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, I was talking to my dad.
Yeah, that's fine. Chichi was just like, don't steal anything here, please.
Yeah, this is the friendly person me and my roommate go to sell things we need to sell. I would rather not have to find a new friendly person to sell things to when me and my roommate need to sell things.
I can make no promises.
Then you can head right back out, the owl says, and he like shakes a baseball bat in your direction.
That's great. I love it.
The room is full of like bookshelves. Yes.
Stacked to the ceiling of knickknacks, books, oddities, other things, and in a very small corner there are 2 chairs and a couch and a table.
So he like walks over towards that corner with like the sofa and everything, and is like, "Well, what do you have for me tonight?"
Well, we got this one very fancy old violin as Chichi pulls the thing from her hammer space, which, alright, more rolls!
Roll for it.
Oh,
Fumble.
darn. Where's the fumble page? It's been ages.
I think it's pinned in here. Yeah, it is.
Oh, yay.
Unless you have custom.
No, I don't. Right, fumbling. Tick. Wheel. Roller skates. It's like, no, that was not it. That was very much not it. Nine.
Yeah,
I think that gets the violin out now. It's like, ignore the roller skates. That was so not what I was looking at. Yeah, no. Fancy old violin. In very good condition, too.
Indeed. And he, like, I'm guessing Chichi sets it on the table and the owl, like, puts on a monocle and starts inspecting it.
Yeah, probably.
Mhm. So while he's busy inspecting it, who is carrying the books? Was it Chichi or Kay, or like did they both have
I think
some?
it was Kay, because Kay was the one who grabbed many books.
Kay sure did grab a lot of books, so that might have included the rare ones. So she pulls out the rare books that they are going to sell on and puts those on the table as well.
And some very, very old, very fancy books, and that one has a pretty signature.
I think Nikki's probably going to pull out a can of caviar to try and sweeten the deal as well.
I don't think the owl eats fish eggs.
Yeah, like if as Nicky pulls this out and tries to set it with the other things, like he sort of glares at her and he's like, I don't deal in reselling foods.
It's a gift.
He turns his attention back to the books and lets the caviar sit on the table. Yeah. He briefly looks at the books but doesn't examine them in much detail. And he's like, well, the violin is certainly in excellent condition, and these books, I know someone who might be able to find them. A very enthusiastic owner, so I'll certainly be willing to take all this off your hands.
How lovely.
And he reaches into his hammer space and pulls out rather a lot of gold. Yeah, that's a big sack there. Oh boy, wouldn't dollar bills make things easier? And
yes, they would, but
slides that across
the wrong setting.
Slides that across the table in Chichi's direction. And it is 175 gold for the lot.
Ooh, yay!
So yeah,
perfect.
The owl is like has pulled the stuff towards his end of the table and is busy putting the books away on a shelf somewhere. And he's like, well, was there anything else you needed from me?
I mean, unless you're holding some very large gems to be resold, nah, I don't think that's any more business to be done.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to be able to buy the gem here, or do you want to go back into town tomorrow and go to like a jeweler or something to get it, or magic supply store probably?
If we were to buy it from a fence, it would look less suspicious probably than buying it in a legitimate place.
Actually, at this point, I don't think it makes any difference.
True, they have seen our faces. Probably should have killed them while I had the chance.
Nicky, that'd be very bloody.
Also true.
But Chichi will lean more towards and saving the gem purchasing for the next day, because well, we would get a better, definitely better arrangement from the magic supply shop.
Mm-hmm. And you don't know where. any gems this guy
not
has, you.
disregarding Mr. Owl's stock of what he has, but there are places for purchasing for reasons.
Mhm. Yeah, you don't know the history of any of these gems. Maybe they're cursed. You don't know.
Yeah. But also, it's definitely far past Kay's bedtime, so probably best to go back to the circus soon.
This
Mhm.
is also true.
Yeah. So if you want, you can head out and go back to the circus for the night.
Yeah. Chichi does the pleasantries and goodbyes for Mr. Owl, and then just making sure not to make a mess on the way out.
Yep. When the three of you are gone, you hear the many locks on the door being clicked back into place. And you make your way back to the circus. Everyone else there is predictably asleep. So
Yeah.
which I'm guessing is what you're gonna do is go to sleep for the night until, you know, stores might be open the next day.
Yeah.
All right. So take a long rest, get those spell slots back, and then though I don't think you'll need them for shopping. And then the next day, you three can head back into town to hit up the magic supply store.
Yay.
Raw. We beat your thief puzzle.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do you guys want to end it there then, or?
Wait.
I don't know how far out into like shopping and then Kay constructing the familiar and all that shit. How far out into all that you want to go?
Honestly, I have no ideas for that. So,
I mean,
well,
if we could always make it another session if we wanted. I mean,
please.
we might not be able to do it on the main server, but we could probably do it on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if we need a whole session for that. Yeah. I can just say you guys go into town, you successfully purchase a magic grade quality 100 GP diamond for Kay to use in her familiar building.
Yep. And Chichi will insist that Kay keeps the rest of the coins because you're going to need it.
Oh, absolutely not. That's 75 gold. That's way too much. That's supposed to be split between the three of you, so you each get 25.
Oh.
I almost forgot about rewards. I constantly forget about rewards. But yes, the leftovers of the heist is 75 gold, which you split to be 25 gold each. So everyone gets
Nicky gives 5 of her gold to Kay.
I'm just picturing like when grandparents slip you money on the down low.
That's exactly what this is.
In a draft point. So yeah, we can end it there then. Thank you for playing.
Yeah.
It has been absolutely fun.
Yay, I'm so glad you didn't get arrested. I don't know what I would have done.
How many guards were there actually?
Oh, there were 4. I had...
Huh.
Now that it's over, I can share... Well, this maybe shouldn't be on the recording, but there were 4 guards with distinct routes through the house, so that I could keep track of them if you did something like, say, suggest the guard into believing that you're friendly. So yeah. Anything else you guys want to cover on the recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got everything, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll stop the recording. Thanks to anyone who is listening.